Hello, here we go. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everybody is sitting. I know Dr. Simon is probably sitting at the at the airport. Doesn't like to miss a meeting. I love that. So, welcome everybody to this looks like June 5th webinar. I, of course, am Scotty Carter, the CEO, and then we also have our CTO Silvio on with us. So, looks like we got a lot of people from, all right, Victoria, BC. We've been able to chat. I always am very, very curious of where everybody is joining us from. We got Doug from Southern California, Barbados. Wow, have yet to go there. Can't wait.
Yeah,
Connecticut.
lucky
All
you,
right.
right?
Southern California. We got that Dubai. Well, well, well. Well. All the way in Dubai. I think you're the first person I've seen from Dubai. Australia, yeah, Bahamas, Northern Ireland, Kelowna. My family used to live there. India, awesome. Well, looks like me and Sylvia will have a lot of doors we can couches we can sleep on when we start traveling around. We got New York City, Brooklyn. I'm Silvio's joining us from Milan. I'm actually over here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm originally from Canada, though. Portland, England. Just call first. Of course, definitely won't just knock on your door. But hey, all these places are places I plan on playing golf as well someday. So, well, excellent. Obviously, you're everybody's starting to see if you're anything like me and Sylvia looking at this. I mean, you want to talk about a global partner and a global product. I mean, this is evidence right here as well. So, excellent. Thank you everybody for coming in, letting us know where you're from. Some of these names I recognize. The more you attend these webinars, the more we'll get to recognize your names too as well. And from time to time, we are going to want to be doing some shout outs, uh, making having some people kind of come on, tell us a little bit about their back end story too as well. So yes, let's become partners. Well, what we already are. We literally already are. I mean, how often? I mean, I've been doing this for a while, but how often do you get the chance to partake in a business where you are partners with us, right? As we grow, you grow, and vice versa. So that is definitely a partnership. You're not getting that, if you're over on Amazon or on a Wix or on a GoDaddy, you're not a partner with them. This one, you actually are a partner. So we appreciate everybody being here and just thrilled to be actually having yet another weekly webinar. Obviously, last week it was a holiday in the States. So we decided to let's push it to this week. So welcome in, everybody. Now, let me just go over a couple of few things before Silvio starts showing some of his SEO tips. What we have essentially done, and there'll be emails that go out with this too as well, is we basically have combined a lot of things into one platform, the one that you're looking at right in here. We actually do have another version that a lot of our white label owners are on. Some are on this one, but to keep things simple, we're essentially on one or two or one of three plans that you're on. To kind of let you know, you can kind of see this over into here. If you happen to have already been on a plan that you paid the $99 annual fee and you're getting the AI tool, please just let support know, since we have combined everything for our purposes and actually your benefit too as well. Is just let us know. Just simply call support, give them your username, and let them know that, hey, I've already paid my annual fee. Could you please make sure that I don't have this click for more information kind of button? And we'll just simply do that for you. It's a simple process for you. Now, the reason why we're doing this is to kind of streamline everything, to be able to put everybody on one or of two platforms. So when we send out some content, it's going to be a lot easier for us to send it to you, and you also won't be seeing it on multiple emails. Since some of you may have been on two different platforms, allows us to actually communicate with you much more efficiently. Plus, it allows us to actually add features that some platforms we're getting for different reasons. Now we're going to be able to add all features that come out to um, every single platform that we have, which is essentially going to be two. So it's going to make life a whole lot easier. And what you'll start to see is if you're used to logging into member.mobi1stco, you'll start to see that the URL will be platform.mobi1stco, but nothing has changed. However, you'll notice some few changes in there. When me and Sylvia we're kind of chatting, we said we want to actually go a little bit above and beyond what we have been doing. So what I mean by that is for your loyalty, for your continuing to use this product, we actually wanted to help you out just a little bit more. So those are actually coming in on that $99. It's like an annual fee, an annual kind of membership, if you will. Remember what we've said is that you keep everything that you currently have, all the unlimited stuff. But what we're also giving you is our AI tool. Now it's not completely out yet, and we'll go over that in this some a little bit in this webinar and upcoming webinars, but you're going to get our AI tool. What we've also done, and this is another big one, is we're also giving you the PWA. So that's two really, really good products. I mean, when we come out with our AI tool, we're actually going to be charging $59 a month for that. So you can kind of see the savings that's involved in that. And again, this is nowhere a sales webinar. This is just wanted to pass this great savings along to you. You can take it or not take it. But if you do, you're going to get the AI tool and also the progressive web app tool, which at one point we were charging, gosh, that's almost $99 a month just for that tool alone, just to help you all succeed a little bit more and give you more. What we'll also be doing is keeping our SSL prices at the exact same amount for those that are coming in on that annual. Now, because it is such a rare thing to do something like this, we're also going to keep it very rare for those that get in. We're only going to keep this open for about 2 weeks and then that's it. We're just closing the doors on it. So if you're interested in that, simply just log into your platform and you would click more information right over to here, as I'll show you, and up will pop up a screen. Whoops, I have to log in on this. Up will pop up a screen, and then you can just go ahead and complete it there. It logged me out of it. I'm looking at the parent platform. No worries there. But just log into your platform, and you'll actually see a banner. And if you decided, hey, you know what, that's perfect. I'd like to take part in that. Just go ahead and do that. If you don't want to, no worries. You just stay where you're at completely, and nothing has changed for you all. So we wanted to say thank you for everybody. Yes, yes, Al. Uh-huh. Unlimited. I know. And I'm telling you, those that AI is a huge, huge thing right now. And a PWA is also a very huge thing right now. We have a lot of people making a lot of money and having very good success off that PWA. It is when I present this platform to some very powerful people, that they obviously the platform is extremely robust, a mobile first platform. And when they see that you can also create a progressive web app over it, that's phenomenal. So yes, it's coming with the PWA and all the sites that you already have. So this is kind of one of those ones where if you're going to look back in a year or two, you're going to be extremely thankful. You're like, wow, I cannot believe I've got that thing and locked in that price, because we're also locking it in. We're not going to now, in the year, upcharge that. It's going to stay the exact same, and we're just going to be adding more features. Obviously, if we add more features, we will have costs with those. But again, it's always up to yourself to add them or not add them. So again, that's me and Silvio and our entire team wanted to make that available to anybody. Is there any kind of questions on that right now? Yeah, James, you're correct. It's huge. PWA is, to me, I'm still like a kid in a candy store when I with my play. But those will come in other days. I'll talk about the PWA and how I actually use it on a daily basis on some other conversations. So, all right. It will be right now. It's on V1 and on V2. It will be coming. So, love to learn, Mark. Love to learn. If I don't learn something every single day, I consider it not a very good day for myself. Hopefully, if everybody's seeing the screen, it's showing me that I'm seeing it. So, and it's actually right in front of me showing that it is. So that might be just something on your end, just refresh. But either way, this is coming out as a replay too as well. All right, thanks, Warren. Okay, so getting that kind of out of the way, the purpose of this webinar is Silvio. We'll give you a slight little background. Silvio obviously is the mastermind behind the platform, if you will. Everything that comes, he has a team. They put this all together. He's always kind of looking into the future. Well, a little bit of his background is he actually had an SEO company back before Movi First was even out. So he is an expert on SEO. So we're going to start teaching you certain things that you're going to find very, very, very beneficial for you as long as you take some of these ideas and start implementing them. So we're going to be sharing these on a weekly basis. We're going to be sharing platforms ins and outs on a weekly basis. We'll get into sales on a weekly basis too as well. We'll start having webinars that are geared towards specific topics. So at this time, what I want to do is bring Silvio on and have Silvio talk a little bit. Maybe he'll go over the SEO, and again, if he wants to touch on the AI just a little bit, which will be coming shortly. So Silvio, after you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much as usual, Scotty, and actually thank you all of you for being here. It's always a very invigorating, reinvigorating, and fun to have you and to do these webinars. I think it's I mean it's incredibly exciting to be able to answer questions, to share knowledge and share informations, and also obviously share this path that we are decided that we have decided to do together. Yes, today we're gonna mainly talk about SEO as usual. I want to talk about everything that you want to talk about, given the general environment that we are in. So the Mobi First platform and how you can use it to actually have success on the web, building and selling websites and other, let's say, online and digital marketing products. Right? I'll be showing the screen in just a second. And well, actually, let me show this. Let me share my screen. Okay, that is Scotty's screen, but let me share my screen. All right. So as we said, we're gonna start from, and let me know if you see the screen. Obviously, I'm gonna have to jump back and forth. All right. Let me know if you can see the screen, and Scotty, feel free to intervene. I'm not seeing the questions, so Scotty, interrupt me if there is anything urgent that we want to touch upon. We want to talk about SEO. I know that I'm preaching the choir. I guess that's how you say it. I hope, as you know, I'm not native English, so I probably say a lot of not very correct things. But I know that you guys know that SEO is important. But let's focus on some stats, which I think will give us even more, understanding of the importance of SEO. First of all, no matter how much people tell you about Meta or Facebook or whatever that is called, Instagram and all that, those are extremely important channels. Paid ads are extremely important, but 68%, so about 70%, two-thirds, more than two-thirds of online experiences begin with a search engine. It's going to be replaced by AI, it's going to be empowered by AI, whatever, but still people are going to query a computer or a mobile phone to get answers and to find stuff on the web. Because never forget this, the web is a huge literally infinite, almost infinite collection of documents. So what you do with a collection of documents is you search it, right? So again, SEO is extremely important, because SEO is how to optimize your content, your documents. So, your website, rather than your videos or anything that you produce and that you want to share and that you want people to find, for search engines, which still are and will most likely be for the foreseeable future, the main gateway to the web for the majority of the people, or for all of the people the majority of the time, right? I'm not saying obviously the viral effect of social media is not important. Obviously, that is important too. But usually, and that's not in this slide, but usually the intent that you have, and that is an extremely important concept, the intent that you have when you search something on a search engine is much, much more, let's say, focused and much more aimed at actually solving one problem, which is the overall goal that every business owner should have, solving your customer specific problem, right? It's much more focused on that. While when you surf social media, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, or whatever, you're basically wasting your time. I mean, not nothing wrong with that, but you are not essentially focused on solving one pressing issue, one pressing problem that you have. So your inevitably your conversion rate is going to be a lot lower. So the first two lines of this slide, I think, are very important. Again, 2/3 of online experiences start with a search engine, and only less than 1% of people click on the results from the second page. Like there's this meme that says that if you don't want people to find something, you put it on the second page of Google, right? Because usually we are used to, and Google has becomes Google and other search engines, and with AI, with ChatGPT and all the other AI tools, this is going to be even more important and more evident. uh, we are used to get our results in the first 10 results. Then obviously, let's not forget that we have AdWords, so we have ads and all that, but being in the first pages is extremely important, right? And then, okay, all the other stats are extremely interesting, and they are obviously with, and I put the sorts on the slide, so they are, let's say, proven somehow, and they show you how SEO is still and will still be extremely important if you want to have success on the web, right? If you want your products, your services to be seen and found by the right people that search for you and that need your services when they need them. And I think the other important stat is the last one, which is that the SEO leads, so people that find you through SEO have a 14% close rate, which is huge, obviously across a very wide variety of markets. So it is incredibly huge, and I mean, I wish to have that conversion rate, that close rate for my prospects, right? Okay, so we set the stage as why SEO is so important. Now, SEO is traditionally divided in two main activity, right? Which are complementary. You should do both. You should always focus on both. And I don't think there's one which is more important than the other. The majority of the people focus on on-site optimization because somehow it's the easiest one to do. We'll see why. And the main reason for that is that it's something that you control, right? Because on-site optimization basically divided into these four activities: content, page structure, code, page speed, and a content strategy, are something that you control, right? So content, there's a very old saying, I mean, very old in terms of internet age, which is still relevant and applicable today, which is content is king, in a sense that let's never forget that the web, no matter how metaverse we go, no matter how 3D and AI, it's a collection of document of multimedia content, right? So words, videos, audio, and all that. So the content that you share and the content that you publish on this huge library is extremely important, right? We'll see how you, I mean, what very important activity, the keywords analysis, and how you can use tools and in general organize your SEO efforts to optimize your results. But the focus is on the content. You need to produce high quality content, obviously. In this Obviously, when we talk about content, we cannot skip talking about AI, right? Because the generative AI, apart from images, is essentially used to generate content. And there's nothing wrong with that, even if obviously at this stage, the current level of AI that we have, which is extremely advanced compared to what we had just 1 year ago, ChatGPT and OpenAI, the OpenAI revolution really changed the landscape completely. But in general, the level of content that is produced by the current AI, generative AI that we have is decent, right? So it's usually a pretty good start for something that you need to expand upon, that you need to amplify, that you need to, enlarge, that you need to go deeper on. There are a ton of things that we can, talk about when we talk about content. So the different types of content, first of all, in terms of media, right? So text, which is still the most successful and easiest that you can generate, that you can produce on the web, right? Because it's words, and the web is started as a collection. It still is essentially a collection of words, right? So documents, and in that case there are different types of content that you can generate. The one of the most successful one is what is called the skyscraper um, content, the skyscraper approach, where you generate I don't know, 10,000, 15,000 words. I'm not, I'm not like exaggerating those kind of numbers, where you really, really, really delve down and dig really deep into one specific topic, which is related to your keywords and related to your market. That is one strategy which is very, very effective. Clearly, that depends on the keywords that you want to rank for, right? And the competition of those keywords, right? Because the more competition there is, the higher quality your content needs to be, right? So first thing is content. Second thing is the page structure, because still today the majority of the websites are, especially when created with a CMS like MobiFirst and like other competitors, including WordPress, the page structure, so the actual HTML of the page, and I'm going to show you some HTML of a page. Uh, Okay. The HTML of the page can be pretty bloated, can be pretty, complex. And so the page structure, which is something that we take care of, is pretty important, right? The page structure means, and if you use a content management system like MobiFirst, in that case, we take care of putting the right tags, like the H1, like the tag H1, which is usually used for titles. Okay, so this is an H1, which is the first thing that the search engine looks for. Actually, the first thing that the search engine looks for is usually the meta title. So that is an extremely important element of your web page. And it is extremely important to put your keywords as the owner of this website, which is the great Alan Landy here, as done, right? So MobiFirst website resellers, white label reseller plans, right? So the keyword could be white label reseller in this case. And it's important to put it in the title. And then we take care of actually putting the keywords with the right structure. So this is an H1. And when I say H1, you see there's these tags. This is how an HTML page looks like. And this tag H1, heading 1, is one of the most important that a search engine looks for. Because after all, a search engine scrapes a website, so copies, reads the contents, and then tries to understand what that page is about for ranking it. That's all it really does, right? So again, then we use H2s, and then we use the piece of the paragraph. So a clean and optimized page structure is extremely important. Then we have page speed. As you know, we are called MobiFirst, and we are known, objectively known, for the page speed of our website. Now, I just want to show you this document from Google, right? This is Google search engine. So this is the official Google Search Central blog, where 3 years, 13 years ago, but it's still relevant and applicable. You see, but it's still extremely relevant. The site speed is an extremely important factor in web search ranking. It still is, and even more so, mobile site speed, right? So that is really, and that's not us saying this because we are very good at doing mobile speed. We are good at doing mobile speed because we know that Google and other search engines value it so much, right? And I don't want to just tell you this, I want to show you this. So this is our a website built with our platform, right? And as you see here, Google suggests these tools, right? For example, page speed, which is now called page speed insights, right? And then you do a search analysis, right? You just enter the URL of the website, right? And then you click on analyze. I've done this right now. And as you see, we have an 89 out of 100, which is for a CMS is probably the best you can do. I mean, I'm being pretty sincere in a sense that obviously a CMS, so a system that needs pretty general, right, needs to be pretty general for producing websites, needs to sacrifice some optimizations and some performance to general use, right? But we have an 89, right? Now, I don't want to pick on our competitors, and by the way, we chose a website which is also very nice actually, and does a very nice has a very nice mission in a way. This is a website built with Wix. All right, we all know what Wix is about. Who is Wix? You see with them this time. No, well, anyway, it is built with Wix, right? And just to understand how we compare against some of our most one of our most important competitors, I mean a pretty large competitor, so we should be pretty on top of their games. We obviously analyzed this tool too, right? This website too, using the same tool. Again, this is not a tool we created. This is a tool which Google, right, suggests. Google Search Central, the official Google search, the official Google blog, right? So this is our website, and these are our results. This is a Wix website, and these are their results. Okay. As you can see, I mean, the comparison, it's, I mean, we are lucky because you can argue with everything, but you can not really argue with numbers, right? So page speed is very important. And this is our page speed of a typical, I mean, this is not really speed optimized. It's a normal website that you just build using our platform. This is our number over 100. This is a nice website from Wix, and this is their number. A typical website. Again, we haven't I don't even know if you can optimize anything in on Wix or whatever, but this is their number, right? And then we can obviously go deeper into all these numbers. They have a 7 seconds. We have a 3 seconds, 2.5. I mean, these are numbers. And this is obviously, I mean, again, just search for page speed insights and you can do any analysis you want. Let's not even talk about desktop where they are doing pretty well. 93, we are doing better, obviously. But again, I think that at the moment, page speed for mobile is essential. And in this area, there's really little debate. Now, let's, are there any questions actually? No, you're fine. Okay, that's
We
one
did
of the
have one question from Scott. AI can give you quantity for SEO and also for user experience. Is quality more important than quantity? That was Scott Corey's question.
No, never, 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 never. As we said, one of the most effective, okay, never. But let me expand on this question, and thank you, obviously, Scott, for this question. One of the best examples of the most successful SEO pieces, SEO articles, and pieces of content that I've seen are the skyscraper, the one written with the skyscraper technique. So very in-depth analysis of one specific topic: how to make tacos, 10,000 words on how to make tacos. So from the history of taco to the ingredients and blah 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 and all that. Clearly, how to make tacos, right, is a huge, usually competitive keyword, right? So, Scott, to answer you, never, depending on the competition you have. If the keyword you are targeting is auto repair in Chattanooga, in North Chattanooga, Tennessee, maybe quantity could trump over quality. Okay, clearly the keyword is a lot easier to rank for, but it's something. So obviously you always need to strike the right balance. It wouldn't make sense to write a 10,000 words article on that specific topic, right? So it always makes sense. It is always important to balance your effort based on the actual keyword and the actual difficulty of the keyword you're targeting. Clearly, quality will always trump quantity. Okay.
All right.
Scott, I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
I like that too, Scott.
I don't know. It's a funny name, and I know it exists, and so I
Well, Silvio
thought of it.
Did some of his education in the States too as
Yeah,
well, so
I
he's
lived in the
familiar with
States, so
yeah.
not in Chattanooga actually.
Right,
But yeah, but
we have a
I,
question from Aaliyah. Does Mobi First take care of image optimization?
yes, absolutely. That is one of the reasons why, one of the many reasons why we can rank so well. So why we one of the reasons why how we can get such a high number, because we optimize a lot of stuff. We optimize content, we optimize JavaScript, we optimize the loading times and the blocking of resources, and we optimize images for mobile and for desktop,
Hmm.
right? We use what is called a CDN, which is a content delivery network. So basically, a third party tool which is only aimed at optimizing our images. Our images are stored on Amazon S3, right? So they are in a very safe, in a very safe place, and then we pass them through a content delivery network which understands what device is actually at the moment using the website, and delivers the optimized version of the image. Yes, well, that's
All
one
right.
of the tricks. Well, I mean, not really a complex trick. I forgot one slide now that I think about it, but I want to stress it and I want to say it. As with a lot of things in life, SEO is 1%, genius, 1% inspiration, and 99% effort and consistency, as with everything. I mean, SEO is extremely boring and simple. And what works for and the other thing I want to mention is the 80/20 principle. You can optimize and get extremely good results with 20% of effort. That takes care of 80% of optimization, and that wins against the majority of your competitors. All the articles and in-depth stuff that you find are for that remaining 20%, which is very, very complex, and which is usually useful only for very highly competitive keywords.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's
uh,
another question. We got Gregory. What about landing pages that only have one page structure? Can those be successful at SEO?
Sorry. Well, in reality, if you think about it, although well, first of all, let's say that we don't know exactly. We can infer from, let's say, explicit admissions, explicit information, or from implicit analysis and from reverse engineering, what are the ranking factors for especially Google. First of all, let's say that that's a very highly and very well kept secret, obviously, for obvious reasons. Given all this, while we know that the domain of a website can carry some weight in SEO, so in positioning websites, let's never forget, and I'm sure that the majority of you will remember those times, that the original Google, let's say, patent, right, and the original paper written by Sergey Brin and Larry Page, the founders of Google, talked about an algorithm that was called page rank, right? So in reality, the concept of website is was not present in the original paper. What was present was the page, okay, which then in time became part of a website. But you can rank very well with a single page, very well optimized and very well shared. Because again, I mean, we are already 30 minutes into the webinar, but we have talked about just one small piece of the SEO landscape: on-site optimization. There's the off-site on-page optimization. There's the other side, which is the off-site, which is as important, if not more important. Okay.
Okay. Sandra has a.
Will the money first? Okay, so I guess we can
Yeah,
leave.
I'm following the questions as you're speaking here, Silva, so I can read them to you. Chandra is keyword volume important while selecting? It looks like keyword
Keyword
and.
research and selection. Yes, of course. Yes,
Mhm.
of course. That's what gives you competition and expected results. Because after all, if you rank first for a keyword which nobody search for, I mean, you don't rank. I mean, it's useless, right? And again, SEO is always a game of balance between difficulty, effort, and results. Okay, so you have
Okay.
to find, and obviously topic, right? Because obviously you can rank for a very uh, important, you can rank for a very important keyword which has not a buying intent in it, so it's very low converting, or which is not related to your business, right? So people, a lot of people click and then they go to your website, they see that it's not related to the keyword, and they come back. We know for sure that this very quick back and forth from the search engine results to the website back to the search engine results is really detrimental for a page. So you have to, and that is one of the reasons why page speed is important. I mean, why is speed important? Because Google aims at giving its users the best experience ever, right? So if somebody clicks on a search result on Google and then it takes like 2 minutes to load that page while you see the Google search results, right? You click and it's loads and loads and loads. It's gonna, put the blame on Google, right? So Google, that's why it favors very fast um, um, websites, very fast websites. And why does it favor fast mobile websites? For two reasons. First of all, because the majority of the people now search the web on mobile, so mobile is predominant, is very important. And secondly, because maybe now less than a few years ago, but mobile is less powerful. The bandwidth is usually less, ample. You are in a bad spot and all that. So that's why mobile page speed is so important for SEO. And let's never forget this and this about that.
Right, right.
Right. What do we have here? Does it depend? Does
Yeah.
it depend on
Will
that
the
bounce
mobile?
rate kill your SEO? Exactly, Scott. Scott. Exactly what I said. It's called bounce rate. The technical term for what I just described is bounce rate. So people hitting your website and then bouncing immediately back, right? Oh no,
Mhm,
this is not what I needed, or this is very slow, or this is a crappy website. Obviously, that's another thing. That's why we also spend a lot of time building nice looking and engaging templates, right? Because it's
mhm,
good for SEO. Because what is good, let's never forget this. The ultimate goal for Google, let's put aside all conspiracies, everything. The ultimate goal for Google is to give its users, which is not us, but which are the visitors, a nice and enjoyable user experience, right? So it's like if I suggest you a restaurant and you eat crap, you are not gonna follow my advice anymore, you're not gonna like me anymore, and all that. It's the same thing. So what SEO is about is telling Google the truth about our website and making our website a nice look, a nice website for users, right?
Okay. All right. We have Warren,
Uh,
a quick question here. Will the Mobi First AI write to our website content based on our input?
well, yeah,
Hmm.
that is exactly what AI does. Let me show you one website that I quickly that's a template. I have to say that is a pretty beautiful template. And this piece of content was just created right now. I mean, I just typed writes 600 300 words about the benefits of SEO, and this was just generated by our AI. Let's do another one. You see this one, you just generate text with AI. That is one piece of the AI suite that we have on our on our website, on our platform. This one, the template, the page building that's coming, the automated blog with AI, and then everything else that you guys are gonna suggest. Chandra, we use OpenAI.
Right. We've got Patrick. His question is, with AI prevalence in search engines like new Bing, do you think long tail SEO terms will become more important?
I cannot stress enough the importance of long tail, because long tail, and for whoever doesn't know what long tail is, a short tail, let's say, keyword is credit cards. Okay, credit cards is a keyword with a huge volume of search traffic and an incredibly high competition, right? Long tail is how do I get a credit card for an elderly veteran from Chattanooga, Mississippi, with a dog named
Hmm.
Benny, right? So that is a very long, where just one person probably in the world searches for it, right?
Right.
But that person, if it finds your website, is going to click and is going to, follow up, and you're going to convert him.
Right.
So if you have 1,000 pages with these kind of keywords, right? You have this long tail, right? This graph. You have, let's imagine this graph where you have the top, the beginning of the graph, which is the high tail, the short tail, right? So the beginning, and then you have this tail where the y-axis is the um, traffic, right? So very very low traffic. But if you have a lot of pages about these long tail keywords, the sum of all those people that search for it are gonna make a difference, are gonna make a huge difference. So yeah, absolutely, long tail is has always been extremely important. With AI, it's even easier to have success with long tail. At the same time, never forget that the search engines, there's a constant struggle, a constant battle between SEO, let's say, experts and search engines, right? Because obviously one wants to game the other and the other wants to prevent being gamed, right? So AI is changing, and I strongly suggest that you ride the AI wave until it's still, let's say, a little bit of a far west. But obviously in time there will be techniques for search engines to detect purely and exclusively AI written content. So don't uh, put all your eggs in the AI basket. Again, for now, and from what I can tell, for the foreseeable future, AI is an assistant, right? Replaces the, and without any, I mean, disrespect meant, the $5 guy on Fiverr that writes you a 300 words article. It replaces that. It will never replace a good content strategist, a good content writer, and a good editor, and a good SEO expert. Okay.
Okay. Uh,
And repeat back of the on-site SEO. Well, yeah, let's go back to that slide. So,
mhm.
well, actually, we didn't finish. So, content, we said, build content. We talked about that. So, build content. Page structure. Again, you don't have to worry about this because Mobi First takes care of generating a very, very clean and extremely effective page structure for you. But if you do a website on your own, or if you analyze, because in your job, you need to be also, and I strongly suggest learn about SEO if you don't know it already, and possibly, Scotty, I guess we're going to do an SEO course on
Hmm.
the platform, where we're going to go deeper into these
Correct. Right.
topics. Yeah, we're going to go deeper into these topics, um, with a lot more, a lot more time. But then, in any case, the page structure is very important. Page speed, 2 pages, Bobby first, Wix, extremely important. Well, and then the Google Search Central official blog
Right.
using site speed in web search ranking. That's not us. That's not search engine. That's not SEO
Correct.
experts. Blah blah blah. That is Google, right?
Yep.
And then content strategy. What do I mean by content strategy? And this, let's say, ties into links to the link building, or better, sorry, the offsite optimization and the keywords analysis. You need to have a content strategy in a sense that you need to prepare, get a list of keywords, know what you're going to write about or what content you're going to generate, because we are talking mostly about textual content, but obviously video is extremely important, podcasts are extremely important. Everything needs to be as textual as possible. So I would always suggest you a campaign, so to let's say put the video with the transcription, the podcast with the transcription, or in general give search engines a way to read content, right? But in any case, a content strategy means, what am I going to talk about, when am I going to post this, where am I going to post this, how am I going to promote this, and all that. So defining a content strategy is and implementing it, obviously, is extremely important and is vital. Okay.
Okay. And Scott is actually asking something about bounce rate. Doesn't bounce rate kill your SEO?
Yeah, yeah. No, I replied to that. I replied to
Okay.
that
Okay.
earlier.
All right.
Explain the MP feature that can be Lyle. I strongly suggest that you forget about AMP. Luckily, that was let's say something that Google tried to implement. They mostly forgot about it. It was meant to somehow, let's say, put a wall around content, and I would luckily it didn't get the adoption that Google hoped for, and we are glad it didn't. Honestly.
Mhm.
Okay, of those four side on optimizing choices, what is relative importance? No, I wouldn't. It's like they work well. I mean, in defining a content strategy, you need to take care of all of them. Clearly, again, you are lucky because page structure and page speed, we take care of that. So you need to take care of the content strategy. So how, where, what, and then putting out content. And I put it as first. So maybe this is the most important, not because these are less important, but because we take care of that. I would, but this is the most important because it's the one you have to do. You have to actually write the articles, publish the videos, record the webinars, record the podcasts, and all that, and put it out. Write, publish on your blog, and all that. I find that ranking on Bing is easier, but it's also essentially at the moment useless. At the moment, the AI, the movement, OpenAI. Let's not forget that OpenAI is mostly owned by Microsoft, which is the owner of Bing. So that could change everything. At the moment, ranking on Bing is essentially useless. Let's not forget this. 92% of global traffic comes from Google search, Google images, and Google Maps. And we are talking about general, I mean, website SEO. Obviously, there's then local SEO, maps SEO, images SEO. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. At the moment, we are talking about search, let's say, search SEO. All right. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I guess we can proceed. We talked about on-site optimization. By the way, in theory we still have 10 minutes. I don't know, guys. I guess, I mean, you're gonna stay. We're gonna go a little bit longer. Anyway, off-site optimization. Essentially, what off-site optimization means is link building. let's go back again to the original um, Google white paper, right? Which was the doctorate thesis, I guess, of again Sergey Brin and Larry Wall, and the PageRank algorithm, the huge innovation that the PageRank algorithm brought to the table was that instead of just analyzing the content of a page, it analyzed it let's say counted basically the number of links that that page had, counting each link as a vote, right? Go to that site, or I vote for that. I think that page is worth a link from my site. Okay. So the link, and nothing really changed in the algorithm. Now we don't have the page rank, and I want to do a quick question. Who remembers the page rank like Firefox or Netscape or Chrome? Well, not never Chrome, the Firefox add-on where you could see the actual page rank bar. Who remembers that? Is there anybody that remembers that little thing that the nice one, Mark? I mean, and I well, there was this little tool that gave you like on a bar from 0 to 10, and it became green. I mean, you could see the green level. Yeah, Patrick, exactly. And I remember that 30, no, 30, no, but 25 years ago, I was in the directories business, and I for a brief moment in my life, I had a website, a domain which had a 7 page rank. I mean, I was extremely proud of that. And that page rank thing was logarithmic, right? The scale. So from going to from 1 to 2 was one effort, 2 to 3 was double the effort, 3 to 4, and so on, right? Sorry about this, moment of you know memorabilia, or this moment of Amarcord. And in any case, yeah, nostalgia. Yes, thank you, Warren. So in any case, what offsite optimization refers to is always links. Let's not, fool ourselves. Let's not, we can call it whatever we want, but it's always links. The more links, the more quality links we have to our website, the better it's gonna rank. Google is like this. It has always been like this, and honestly, it most likely would always be like this, right? Obviously, the landscape changed a lot in the past 20 years or 30 years since Google launched, more or less. And so we need to analyze what this means, right? So we need quality links. Back in the days, there was the link bombing or whatever. You just have to have like 100 links, and you would rank number one for any keyword. I remember, I don't want to put this in politics, obviously, but I remember that one of the big scandals, let's say things that we remember, was when, if you search for miserable failure or something like that on Google in 2002, like a picture of George W. Bush would pop up, and that was clearly a link bomb, in a sense that just a few guys created like 100 links with the tag, with the anchor miserable failure, and that was all it was needed at the time for Google. Clearly, Google has done a lot of improvement since then. So yeah. Links are still extremely important. How do I get links? For me, I've seen that what still works best is guest blogging. So you contact people, blogs, related blogs, art, websites. You contact them. You ask them if you can share an article, if you can write an article for their blog, and you put a link. You ask them for a link in the article. If not, you put a link in the bio, right? And that usually works very well. And what I mean by guest blogging, or better, expanding a little bit this concept. Guest blogging can be also guest podcasting, for example. You can be hosted, you can be, let's say, a guest on podcast, asking them to put a link to your website in the description of the episode and all that. So that is guest blogging. Link building, the traditional link building. Let's keep it among ourselves, but let's not fool ourselves. You can ask people and say, can you put a link on your website? I'll give you $50, $100. I never said this. I will obviously deny that I've ever said this, but it still works and exists. Influencers marketing, really important, depending obviously on your product, but especially if you are an e-commerce, or you sell like physical products, you can send merchandise, and maybe some cash too. But in general, influencers live on this kind of stuff, and so asking them to share with a link, with a do follow link, and we're going to explore this in, let's say, either further webinars or in the course. Directory marketing, there are still directories, so why not? It's usually not a too big of an effort. There are different types of directories. There are like very well established directories like G2 or this kind of stuff, or let's say more niche directories. So the more niche it is, so the more related to your business it is, the better. And then social media is also important. It's not confirmed, but there are some rumors, let's say, that say that being mentioned on social media with a link, or even just with a brand, with your brand, can have a positive effect and have a positive impact on your SEO, search engine optimization, and in general on your positioning, right? We are running a bit out of time,
Yes.
so let's
Right, and we
go.
will always have part one, part two, and we'll continue on till we cover everything. And then, as Sylvia was saying, we will also be showing it how we can use it on our own
Yeah,
platform too, as
yeah,
well.
yeah, exactly. So let's finish with some keywords analysis. What is keywords analysis? What are keywords? Keywords are the essential, let's say, words. It can be one or a couple or a sentence that you want to rank a page for, right? So again, auto repair in North Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay, that is the keyword, right? So because people search for keywords, right? You type something into the search bar in Google, right? So in that case, you need to optimize your website for that. Let me show you very quickly, where do you put your keywords. You put your keywords obviously in the this is, let's say, what is the H1, the title of the article that you're publishing. This is the subtitle. Then you should spread a little bit the keywords, or keyword in the actual content. And then, as you see in our platform, we have a part which is specific. Okay, we lost it here. Which is specific. Well, tags are also important. Then you can have the author, and then we should have okay, no, I can find it now. But well, let's say that we can share this, especially in a blog. You can specify the page title, right? So this is the page. Oh, yes, sorry, I was searching in the wrong spot, because
Mm.
SEO is, as we said, pay at the page level, right? So you have these parts here, which are important: the title, the custom page URL. Another place where the keywords are useful to be present is the page URL, right? So if you can repair saloon or repair shop, and what else? Obviously, using the page URL format, so with a dash between words instead of a space, but that's another important. And then for each page, you have the SEO part, right? So you can hide from search engines, okay? And then you have the meta title, which is what we said is this one, right? You see at the top, which is extremely important. So here you put the meta title, and then you have the meta description, which is not as important as it was once, but still could be pretty interesting to, populate with a meaningful. And sometimes search engines are going to use this as the snippet that they're going to present in search engines results. Then this is the let's say open graph, which is for, let's say, sharing on usually sharing on social media like Facebook, Twitter, and all that. Okay, some interesting keywords analysis tools are well, first of all, the free one, which is the keyword, the Google Ads keyword planner, right? Okay, so you see that you type a keyword and then it gives you a list of keywords. So here, keywords, I provided meal delivery. It gives a lot of interesting information, average monthly searches, the change, and then the top of page bid. This is important to understand the competition, right? And then it gives you some keywords ideas. Okay, every plate, breakfast, meal delivery service, and all that. Okay, so this is a free one. As you see, I haven't paid anything, and all that. Then there are a few other tools. One is called SEMrush, which is, I mean, they're all pretty expensive, so it makes sense if you use these tools for yourself, or maybe you resell SEO services to your customers, right? So SEMrush is very, very good for keywords analysis and for, let's say, keeping track of your pages rankings in search engines. Ahref, same thing. It gives you, the backlink profile, the domain, and then important, related to what we said earlier about backlinking, is analyzing the quality of the domain and of the website and of the page when you're where your link is going to be placed. All right, so we are at the top of the hour.
Right.
Scott, they give you an idea. They give you um, a, a general idea. You search for keyword, Google Keyword Planner, are the number of searches shown accurate? They kind of Warren, yes. If I did a PWA with better tags, can my search? Yes, yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Okay, then Omar, will Mobi first have video widget and audio widget? We already do, right?
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
first of all, you can add the video anywhere. Just let me show you real quick. You see, in a content block, you can add a video in a content block here. Instead of an image, you just
Hmm.
add a video URL here, right? And then you can also add a frame around it.
Right.
And then I think we have an audio widget too, I guess.
You can
Or
also do an embed.
Joy.
You can also embed
Sorry?
a video in there too, right? Remember, you can also embed a
Yeah,
video too in there too as well. So
of
we
course,
actually,
yeah.
yeah.
And then you can obviously use the podcast, for example, the podcast widget,
Hmm.
and all that.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this hour about SEO, and I guess we can have a few more minutes
Yes.
with
Yes.
webinar with questions. I stopped
Yes, for
sharing the
sure.
screen,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
if you
Let's.
have like we can have, I mean, five. I mean, at 10, at 10 after the hour, we can close. And thank you, Gregory. Or just share whatever you feel like. I mean, I'm here
Yeah.
for you.
Let me read a question from Keith.
Mhm.
Will you provide roles permissions for our white label reseller platform to allow clients multiple login options versus just the one that they have now?
Um, yeah, I think we will.
Yeah. Keith,
I
can you
still have
send that
to.
in too as well as into support? So, what we also want to remind everybody or let everybody also know who are just kind of hearing this for the first time, if you actually have some features that you would like to see with us, if you could submit that to through your platform to our support, let them know, hey, it's a potential feature. That way, we can have them, we could catalog them, and we could kind of look at them and know. If we get a few people such as Keith and Jody who are asking for a feature, then we know probably there's a lot more out there, and then we can actually start prioritizing some things as we grow with you all too as well. So if you guys could just send that in, that would be great, so we can track them too as well. So great question though too, Keith. I've been asked that before. So let's see. Yeah, Jody says great question. Roles permissions, yes, perfect. Look into the first section. Yeah, and also too, play around with your platform. On other webinars we will dedicate to, some will just be, Q&A, but those will really come about when we start actually digging in, maybe building a website, looking at all the functionality, the features of some widgets where we can, pass on some more information. And again, like we said, we're going to be doing webinars on a weekly basis. They will have topics that we will want to stick to. And then also we do the Q&A here too as well. So great questions. And again, Silvio, awesome on the SEO. We'll dig into it a little bit more through our platform, which he showed a little bit there too. But perfect. Let's see if there's any. Thanks,
Well, yeah,
Jody.
Gregory, just a quick. Mm, thank you, Jody. Gregory, no, I think it's interesting. No, usually those links are no follow in a sense that they don't really carry much. Let's say SEO, what is called SEO juice, but it's not bad. No, no, it's not Black Hat. Black Hat, I think apart from the fact that thank you, Gregory, again for the nostalgia. It's been like 10 years that I haven't heard the term Black Hat. I mean, related to SEO, which let's say just a quick thing, it relates to techniques that were not legal, obviously not illegal in terms of the legal system, but illegal in terms of against usually Google's terms of service. No, I wouldn't say it's Black Hat. Absolutely, I mean it's just you're linked to your properties. It just doesn't carry too much SEO juice, obviously.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. More. Okay. And then also too, if you guys and gals ever have a topic that you would like us
Yes.
to discuss too as well, we're obviously open for that. I'll give you all a little bit more information on what you can start to see from us. We are formulating our own podcast. We'll be doing that. We'll be doing some shout outs to some of you all, such as Jody, Keith, Scott, some people that come in, and we'll want to interview you, if you will. We'll have a nice website where all these webinars will be included onto as well. We're going to be turning that into a progressive web app. So look for some notifications, but we'll be emailing everybody and letting everybody know as all along the way. We're about at the time where we want to kind of cut things short. Well, not too short, but as we say, we want to keep everybody's attention focused on the topic, which we did today. And again, some of your questions also great. We appreciate everybody showing up. And until next week, for right now, let's call it a great webinar. Appreciate you, Silvio, again sharing some of your insight, and a lot more to come, folks. A lot more to come. I wish I could say everything that we're working on right now, but we want to keep you coming back. But there is a wealth of information that we're going to be sharing. Mobi First is set to actually explode relatively soon. We already have, but you can see all over the world. So we appreciate you for coming in from different parts of the world, at different time zones. So thanks again, everybody. Diego, as well. Awesome. Yeah, excellent, excellent, excellent. We will start getting into the differences between our white label platform and our regular platform, if you will. We'll be going over each and every item in our platform and then some. So on behalf of Silvio and everybody, thanks again for showing up, Silvio. Again, appreciate you taking the time out of your day too as well. And
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It's been great as usual, and I hope you enjoyed it. And even if you
yes.
didn't, we're gonna keep doing this. So, no,
Yeah, yes,
all right.
exactly. So, Sylvia, thank you
Oh,
again,
I mean,
everybody.
so since we're gonna keep doing it, just enjoy it, and we're
Right,
gonna
we
have
want to
fun
have some
all
fun.
together.
They're kind of informal, as you can kind of see, but also with topics related to it.
Yeah,
So,
and just I want to, I mean, thank Scotty, obviously, thank you all, and I want to stress one thing: suggest topics. We have a
yes,
lot of topics in our minds, obviously, CSS, more in-depth SEO, page building, JavaScript. I mean, we can talk for literally years, but if you suggest topics, it's going to be even more effective, I think. Okay.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So again, that's part of that partnership, everybody. So you want questions answered, we want to answer them. So the more that you give us, the more topics we can focus on, and so on and so forth. So again, everybody, appreciate you. Look for the follow-up webinar, which will be pretty much every single Monday, unless it falls on a holiday. But rest assured, we're going to be doing it at the same time. The same bat channel, the same bat time, every week. And again, thanks everybody for showing up. Silvio, have yourself a
Thank you.
wonderful evening. Right. Thanks,
You
everybody.
too. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.